Warning, heartbreak. Disclaimer, none of the songs or character in the video are mine. Sorry for the long wait. On to the video.
Osamu watched as Atsumu pulled Kita like an overexcited toddler pulling their mum to a toy they want. They are 5 days in on their vacation and he's used every opportunity to push both of those together. He's made sure that they stay together in one room, that they are seated beside each other at every meal, that they are partners when they split up, that they be left alone for some time. Not that he had to do a lot considering Atsumu respects Kita so much and Kita like taking care of Atsumu, so they naturally gravitate towards each other. Of course, everybody noticed what he was doing. Everybody except Atsumu, of course. His twin can be really dense. Kita noticed too, of course. But the fact that he hasn't said anything makes Osamu more confident with his actions. That made him remember their first night in Okinawa. Flashback. When Atsumu left and Kita went to comfort him, Osamu followed secretly. It's not that he didn't trust Kita. He did. But that's his brother and he needs to know how he's doing. He was about to enter the mansion when he heard something. Is that music? He followed the sound of music to the garden. He arrived to see Kita standing there and watching. Atsumu? Atsumu was playing a guitar. Osamu blinked. When did he learn how to play? He watched as Kita walked towards Atsumu and sat down beside him. He can't see their faces since their backs are turned to them, but he can hear them. When did you learn how to play the guitar? Atsumu shrugged. I forgot. I just thought it would be a good idea. Setters use their fingers most, so I thought having flexible fingers would be beneficial. Of course he would think of unconventional ways to improve in volleyball. Osamu rolled his eyes fondly. He's always admired his brother's determination. Is that the only reason? No. There are a lot of songs that express what I want to say to Omi but can't because I'm afraid that if I tell him how I feel, he would take that as a permission to leave. Osamu clenched his fist. Atsumu said that in such a weak voice that didn't suit him at all. The song you were playing, was that what you want to say to him? Yes. One of them anyway. Can I hear it? Okay. Osamu leaned on the tree he was hiding behind as he listened to Atsumu sing.
You always find the rain in rainbows, and I thought that you were sane, but all your cracks showed, and I could wear that dress. You won't look your best. I could get undressed. You still look depressed. It's all too much. You're so cold to touch. You don't open up. You don't open up. Your kisses are not what I wanted. Your kisses are not what I crave. Your kisses may be a beautiful art, but all I ever wanted was your heart, right from the start. You only look into my eyes when I've been crying, to see if the tears that you have made are slowly drying. Oh, but even if they've dried, it don't mean that I'm feeling okay, 'cause I'm still sad inside. All I really need is you to comfort me. You don't understand, you don't hold my hand, 'cause your kisses are not what I wanted. Your kisses are not what I crave. Your kisses may be a beautiful art, but all I ever wanted was your heart, right from the start.
Osamu was gritting his teeth so hard that if he had the ability to be anything but mad at the moment, he would be concerned that they'd break. All his brother was asking for was the bare minimum, and fucking SakuAtsu can't even give him that. He didn't even notice that the music stopped until Kita spoke. Why'd you stop? I can't sing the next part. Even in song, the thought that Omi's in love with someone else is too painful. Can I play? Both Atsumu and Osamu blinked. He knows how to play. You know how to play. Kita smiled. I guess we found another thing that we have in common. Aside from playing volleyball for the same school, I find solace in music too. It's amazing how many songs there are that could express my feelings for me. I know that song too because I relate to it. Although I relate more to the parts you can't sing. Osamu sucked in a breath. Thankfully, Atsumu did too, otherwise he would have been found out. Kita-san, you're MHM. He's what? I don't know the song. May I? Atsumu handed the guitar over to Kita. Kita strummed the guitar, continuing where Atsumu left off.
Well, then I see that I'm not the only one in your life, and I start to wonder what this girl, she might be like. And I bet she don't look at stars in the night. I bet she can't sing. I bet she can't write the lyrics to make your heart beat. Sing notes to make you go weak. Oh, the lyrics to make your heart beat. Sing notes to make you go weak.
It was a bit jarring to Osamu, the change in voice from Atsumu's powerful yet weak one to Kita's gentle yet firm one, but he was focused more on the message of the song. Kita-san is in love with someone who loves another.
Oh, but her kisses were just what you wanted. Her kisses are just what you crave. Her kisses may be a beautiful art, but she don't really care about your heart. No, she don't really care about your heart. No, she don't really care about your. She don't really care about your. She don't really care about your heart.
Everything was silent for a moment, then Atsumu spoke. You love someone who doesn't love you back. Oh, he loves me but only as a friend. He's in love with someone else. Tell me about him. Osamu unconsciously held his breath. Well, he's a fuckboy. Osamu choked and he was once again thankful that Atsumu did too. What? Kita laughed, causing both Atsumu and Osamu to pout. Kita-san, you're messing with me. Kita laughed once more. Then everything was silent for a moment before Kita continued. He acts like a cool bad boy when in fact, he's a dork. A lot of people dislike him, but that's because they don't really know him. He's crass and blunt, but I really like his honesty. He a shameless flirt, but I think he uses that to seek validation. He acts like he doesn't care, but he cares so much and it's painful to watch him hide his feelings. And he's in love with someone who couldn't care less about him. Who doesn't treat him like he deserves. And it's so painful to watch him suffer for love. The pain in Kita's voice was clear and Osamu clenched his fist again. Yet another of his loved ones are suffering because of SakuAtsu. What's his name? Osamu shook his head. Achi, you dum-dum. It's you. Osamu left before Kita could answer. He didn't need to. It was obvious who he was referring to. Besides, he's heard too much already. End of flashback. After that night, Atsumu and Kita grew closer and Osamu took that as a sign that maybe Atsumu was starting to wake up from his Omi nightmare. He watched passively from his spot on his and Suna's room's balcony as Atsumu tripped and faceplant on the sand. Osamu rolled his eyes and turned around to enter their room. His attention was brought to the ringing phone on the nightstand. On the screen, a large omi with lots of hearts was flashing. Osamu scoffed. It took the bastard 5 days of Atsumu being gone for him to even call. Osamu watched it ring and ring and ring in satisfaction. Too late, asshole. It's their last night in Okinawa and Atsumu is alone in his shared room with Kita. Everybody else was celebrating IwaOi's reconciliation downstairs. Well, more like they're celebrating for Oikawa than glaring at Iwaizumi. He's happy for Oikawa. Of course he is. He's thankful that Iwaizumi finally got his head out of his ass, but Atsumu can't help but be jealous. Where's Sakusa? If Iwaizumi, who's almost always busy, managed to take time off to woo Oikawa, then why couldn't Sakusa? Atsumu, babe, why are you alone in the dark? Come downstairs. I can't. Atsumu swallowed. Sorry Koa, I'm a bad friend. What are you talking about? You're not a bad friend. Yes I am. Atsumu exclaimed as he jumped off the bed. He looked to Oikawa with frustrated tears in his eyes. I'm a bad friend because I should be happy for you, but I can't. I'm too selfish to be happy for you. All I can think about is why Iwaizumi's here when Sakusa isn't. And I just. Atsumu's voice broke. I can't be down there lest I ruin the celebration. You deserve to be happy Koa, and I don't want to ruin that for you. Atsumu. Oikawa doesn't know what to say. Everything he wants to say sound like empty platitudes because it won't change the fact that Sakusa's not there. And coming from Oikawa, it just seems like rubbing salt to the wound. I'm so tired Koa. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of being the one who's always making the move because I realized I'm waiting for nothing. And I'm tired. I'm really tired. So could you please leave me alone for now? Please? I'm happy for you Koa. I really am. You deserve this. And you don't? Oikawa wanted to say, but would that change anything? Just let me sleep please Koa. I want to sleep. Oikawa bit his lip and nodded his head. So this is what the other felt like when they tried to get them to open up and was just met with a shake of a head and a sad smile. It's bad. The feeling of being helpless. Oikawa watched as Atsumu sluggishly tucked himself into the bed. He had his back to the door, but Oikawa knows that he's crying. So with another look, Oikawa left. He can't stand to see Atsumu look so small and weak. Osamu. Osamu looked at Oikawa, who just came from Uosta's. He took one look at his bitten lip, his furrowed brows, his clenched fist and the slight sheen in his eyes, and tensed. Something's wrong. Oikawa opened his mouth then closed it again. He looked frustrated. Can you go see Tsumu? He needs someone right now and I would just be making things worse. It took a moment for Osamu to process what was said, but when he did, everything clicked into place. He immediately went into action, but before he could reach the stairs, he stopped. Oikawa. Forget Achu. If I know him, he's probably jealous of you right now and is guilty about it. Am I right? Oikawa nodded weakly. Then forget Achu for now and just enjoy your night. Have fun. He's already feeling guilty. He'd feel worse if he knew he's keeping you from being happy. Yeah, that makes sense. Osamu nodded then turned around. Osamu. He stopped. Yeah? Please take care of him. Of course. He went up the stairs without another word. You don't have to tell me. He's my brother and I'll always take care of him. Osamu entered the room and saw Atsumu curled up on the bed. Osamu's heart broke just a little. Atsumu's unwavering and determined and so strong, and this man in front of him is so weak, and Osamu hates. This is because of Sakusa. Osamu shook his head. Atsumu needs him right now. He'll plan the bastard's murder later. Osamu climbed up on the bed then hugged his brother from behind. Atsumu stiffened then relaxed when he recognized who it was. He turned around and hugged Osamu just as tight, if not tighter. Samu, what's wrong with me? Am I that hard to love? I know I'm high maintenance, but I'm trying. I'm always adjusting for him and I don't know what else to do. I've given almost everything I can give and I got nothing in return, but that was fine. I was fine with it. But everything I gave him, I don't know if he actually sees it or even appreciates it. And what more should I give? What more could I give? He didn't even text or call. I was gone for almost 10 days now and he didn't even care. Osamu embraced him tighter. He felt a bit guilty about keeping Sakusa's messages a secret, but it's for the best. He might have called and texted, but it still took him days. And Iwaizumi's here right now and he isn't. So he ignored the guilt. Because this is for Atsumu's sake. He'll take the anger any day. If that means his brother's strong enough to be angry. I know that people always say that you should leave some for yourself if you love someone, but I disagree. When you love someone, you love them with all your heart, all your being. And you did just that. You loved him with everything you had and more. And I can't blame you for that. That's not your fault. It's his. It's his fault for taking advantage of that. You're high maintenance. Oh please. I can give you food and volleyball and you'd be contented. Atsumu laughed wetly and Osamu took that as a win. Besides, even if you were high maintenance, he knew what he was getting into when you started dating. If he couldn't handle it, then that's his fault. And if you're high maintenance, then what does that make him? Atsumu, you're not perfect. You have a lot of flaws that makes me wanna strangle you sometimes. Hey, but those are what makes people gravitate towards you. Without those flaws, then you wouldn't be Atsumu. And if you're not Atsumu, then Oikawa wouldn't be your best friend. You wouldn't be Kita-san's favorite child. You wouldn't have all of your wonderful friends downstairs. Then Atsumu asked weakly, I wouldn't have you? And Osamu replied, love and honesty shining in his eyes. You'll always have me, Atsumu. Everything was silent. Osamu had his chin on top of Atsumu's head, just humming their grandmother's lullaby to them when they were kids, and Atsumu's face was buried on his twin's chest. Samu, it hurts. Oh god, it hurts. It hurts so much. Samu, please. I can't do this anymore. Samu, please. Make it stop. Atsumu sobbed. It hurts and I don't want it to hurt anymore. He clutched his chest as he sobbed on his twin's chest. Make it stop, please. Samu. Make the pain stop. Please. Osamu clenched his eyes and pulled his twin closer to him. I can't. I'm sorry, Atsumu. I can't help you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But he didn't say anything because what good will his sorry do? It will just make his twin guiltier. He kissed Atsumu's forehead and kept it there as he tried to hold his brother together with an embrace. And as he listened to his twin's sobs and pleads, Osamu loathes.
This should have been uploaded earlier, but I overestimated myself and the internet, so sorry for the late update. This is out of topic, but if you're interested in pub, please check out the channel Jzelle. They want to be a streamer, but they're still learning. So anyway, please check them out sometime. Thanks. Thank you once again for all of the support. Please like and subscribe.